Hello, today we are solving Jan 2025 IAL Unit 2 question number 1 part B. Okay, question number 1 part B. So let's see the evaluate the performance of Deshi Stores PLC concerning liquidity for the year ended 31st December 2024. So earlier we had prepared the cash flow statement here, okay, revised cash flow statements, and based on that, using that, you will have to answer this question. So first question is, okay, the what do you understand by the liquidity of this business? Okay, so here we can the points for arguing that the liquidity or the cash, okay, cash position was handled very well, okay, because of the following reasons. You have to identify some of the reasons. Okay, there was a property which was sold for 1825,000. So this is equal with, this is going to help in increasing the funds. So we had calculated this here in the earlier one. So the property was 1825,000 was the cost of the property that was sold. Proceeds had been received, so it is going to increase the funds. Then asset ratio at the start of the year was 0.84. Okay, asset ratio, which includes, okay, current assets without the inventory. Okay, so without the inventory, so 588,000 minus the inventory divided by the current liabilities, which is 1677,000. So which is little below the optimum level of 1:1, we can see, which is good. Okay, it is nearer to the optimum level, but by the end of the year it had risen to 1.26. Okay, you have to calculate and show here. It is 5558. Okay, here it will be 5558 minus this value, this inventory value, divided by the current liabilities, divided by, okay, divided by the current liabilities were around, okay, they have calculated here, they have given the total 1085,000. So which is equal to 1.26 is to 1, so which is good. Okay, and inventories have reduced. We can see the inventories have reduced, which means there is a reduction in the liquid funds tied up with the inventory, and that would have resulted in a cash flow into the business. Trade receivables have reduced. Okay, it has got reduced, and other receivables were at by 90,000 has also reduced, which means customers are paying up quicker or credit control policy has got improved. Then the company had cash and cash equivalents from 76,000 overdraft to, it has become now the positive 106,000. So which is means that there has been an increase of 182,000 per year. Cash and cash equivalents have increased. Then liquidity has also improved by the issue of the shares, 800,000, okay, issue was of the shares had happened, and share premium of 200,000 had happened. So we had calculated here. Okay, so the shares was 800,000. Okay, it was issued, and the premium shares 200,000, which has resulted in 1 million worth of liquid funds flowing into the business. Then tax, okay, of 476,000, okay, it was paid off. So it is going to reduce the current liabilities. The bank loan was reduced from 750,000 to 375,000. It is also going to reduce the amount of interest paid. However, we can say that some factors indicate the liquidity position was not so good. Okay, what are the factors? We'll check out. The property was purchased for 1,240,000, which means the liquid funds will be used up. Also a loss after the interest of was incurred, okay, at the beginning, 316,800, which had made, which will not help the liquidity. So this was given here. Okay, loss was made, they had said. Then current ratio at the end of the year, current ratio is 1 with the inventory. Okay, with the inventory calculation. So current assets over current liabilities. Okay, current assets over current liabilities, this is the current asset, and the current liabilities, so current liabilities were 1677,000. So that is equal to 3.51 is to 1. And for the next year it was becoming 558,000 divided by 1085,000. So that is equal to 5.12. Okay, can you see the current ratio at the beginning was this much, at the ending it was this much. These figures have probably too high, especially since the majority of the current assets are indicating it is inventory, and the company should probably try to continue to reduce inventories. So this means they have to reduce the inventory. Then bank loan of 375,000 has been repaid, which would have also used the liquid funds. Okay, then trade payables have reduced during the year by 141,000, which we had calculated earlier here. The reduction in trade payables, okay, we had calculated 141,000. So which means that this may result in positive relations with the suppliers and good terms in the future, including credit availability. Ordinary and preference shareholders were paid total dividends of 283,200 despite the company making a loss. This will represent a possible strain on the funds. So 283,200 dividend was paid. Here you can calculate this: 216 plus 551,200 and 16,000. If you add up all this, that value is going to be equal to this 283,200 amount of dividend. So that might mean it can lead to strains. So cash flows, outflows that have had due to a lot of, okay, this was due to lot of cash outflows. Okay, that would have resulted in the liquidity funds going down, whereas the liquidity funds have helped because of lot of cash inflow, okay, that has happened. Okay, you will have to indicate all of them. So this means the in conclusion, overall you can say that the liquidity position or handling of the liquidity is said to be good, as cash and cash equivalents have risen. Okay, we had seen, okay, it had become from bank overdraft to 106 positive cash equivalent, from bank overdraft of 76,000 to 106,000. So they have handled the liquidity very well. However, this may be mainly, probably they are asking due to the shareholders to supply the funds, probably because of one reason is due to the issue of shares. You can quote one reason where the cash inflow, okay, has been high due to the issue